Season 13 of The Curse of Oak Island has revealed new secrets and exciting surprises. Rick and Marty Lagina have reached a 90-foot depth in the garden shaft, and with the help of state-of-the-art drilling equipment, they have managed to dig even deeper to 95 feet. The team's determination is unwavering as they aim to keep pushing the boundaries of the garden shaft to connect with a mysterious old tunnel. Laird Niven, one of the key members, is especially enthusiastic about their hard work, believing that all their hard work is about to pay off. Terry Matheson and Charles Barkhouse are closely examining borehole H8, which they think could be hiding an underground chapel vault. Past discoveries, such as pieces of parchment and old leather bookbindings, have led them to suspect something valuable buried beneath. Marty remains hopeful with each small finding. Whether it's wood that could be part of an old treasure chest or more ordinary objects, each clue brings them closer to solving the mystery. The journey to reveal Oak Island's secrets is full of unexpected challenges and thrilling opportunities. It feels as if the island itself is determined to keep its secrets hidden. Each obstacle seems to bury potential treasure even deeper. Terry Matheson often revisits older excavation sites, wondering if previous digging efforts might have accidentally moved a hidden safe. Freshwater testing and ground scans give them more confidence that they are getting closer, leading to more targeted and strategic digging. Rick Lagina is particularly excited about the soil around Site H8 and thinks its disturbance could be a sign that they're nearing the hidden chapel safe. In the southeastern marshland of the island, Gary Drayton, Jack Begley, and Billy Gerhardt begin searching around an old stone path. There are many clues pointing to this area, and it quickly becomes a priority for the team. As they dig deeper, they come across a large rock that seems oddly placed right next to the stone path, sparking curiosity and raising more questions. Rick Lagina is fascinated by the arrangement of stones and the large boulder at their dig site on Oak Island, feeling that these stones are not just a coincidence, but a hint towards something valuable buried nearby. As they continue to chase down every clue and see where it leads, they continue to wonder about the origins and techniques used in historical shipbuilding. Marty Lagina, Rick's brother, and his team are searching the swamp area of Oak Island, which has provided interesting finds but raises more questions than answers. Gary suggests that the swamp might be preserving metal objects better than other parts of the island, renewing their interest and making them more eager to explore further. Jack Begley discusses the challenge of finding metal near the money pit, while Lot 5 has been especially difficult to search. An archaeological team is carefully studying a circular stone foundation, hoping to find out its age and purpose. Archaeologist Jamie Cuba joins the team, bringing new ideas and insights to the excavation. He focuses on a mysterious old stone structure, offering his own interpretations that change how the team understands the site's history. The diverse artifacts they find seem to support this, including a lead token from the 14th century, Venetian glass beads dating from the 1500s to the 1650s, and metal tools linked to historical figures. All these items hint at the rich and varied past of Oak Island. Throughout the day, Jamie outlines the boundaries of the old foundation, while Jack eagerly helps out. Jeff is focused on figuring out how this newly found foundation fits into the larger story of Oak Island. The team finds pieces of brick, pottery, and glass, giving important clues about how the site was used in the past. As they dig further, Jamie notices that the soil is unusually dense, hints at the possible presence of well-preserved structures or objects nearby. With growing curiosity and excitement about what they might find, the team works harder on the excavation. Each piece they uncover, no matter how small, could reveal a new layer of Oak Island's story. As they gather around a new find similar to one they discovered back in 2019 near a spot called H8, the air is filled with excitement. Archaeologist Fiona Steele adds to the moment by revealing another discovery, which boosts everyone's enthusiasm. Laird Niven suggests comparing this new find near the stone foundation on the island's western side to earlier samples to piece together more of Oak Island's unfolding story. The team embarks on a journey to uncover the hidden history of Oak Island, a mysterious island in the Bahamas. They send a wooden piece from under the garden shaft for carbon dating, And when they discover that the wood dates back to between 1631 and 1684, excitement grows. The team is focused on planning their next steps and finding more details about the island's past. Although they have not yet found the treasure, they are constantly discovering new clues and secrets along the way. One such discovery points to an ancient underground corridor, suggesting that there is still much more to uncover and understand. Marty. Each find adds to the story of Oak Island, helping to create a bigger picture of its past. The team on Oak Island, led by Gary Drayton and Rick Lagena, was searching for hidden treasures in the swamp. They discovered wooden planks, crafted to fit together, which seemed to be pieces of an ancient ship. Billy Gerhardt stumbled upon a stone path or large structure buried just under the swamp's surface, and Jack noticed a big rock that looked like those found by Fred Nolan in 1921. Rick believed they were on the verge of uncovering something big that could shine a light on the island's history. Gary emphasized the importance of cleaning and carefully examining the structures they found to make sure they didn't miss anything important. Billy felt their discoveries were unique and believed they were on the verge of uncovering something big that could shine a light on the island's history. Rick, along with Alex Lagena, Jack, and Scott Barlow, sat down with archaeologist Laird Niven and archaeometallurgist Emma Colligan. They discussed a material that looked like concrete found in the foundation of Lot 5 and soil samples that might contain ancient mortar, similar to materials discovered in the Money Pit. Emma planned to use X-ray diffraction analysis to learn more, hoping to connect these findings to old construction techniques. The Money Pit has always been a source of surprising discoveries, often raising more questions than answers. This week brought a new set of findings that hinted at different paths for their investigation, adding to the island's complex history. Some old stories suggested that certain items were deliberately placed in specific locations. Emma's analysis of soil samples from Lot 5 showed a match to the soil from the Money Pit, even though the two places were 104 feet apart. This unexpected link, confirmed by X-ray tests, left experts like Laird Niven and Scott Barlow scratching their heads. As they continued exploring an old stone road, they found a large, hand-forged chain and hook, along with part of a barrel, suggesting that the area might have once been a landing spot for ships, lining up with stories of secret operations and smuggling on the island. However, just as things were heating up, a powerful storm flooded the garden shaft, forcing the team to pause their excavation and focus on managing the damage. Once the storm calmed down, they stumbled upon an unexpected chamber next to the garden shaft, a small hollow space 65 feet deep, covered by wooden timbers. Marty Lagina, who was once doubtful about the swamp's importance, now saw its potential for further exploration. The idea that there could be multiple hidden chambers in the Money Pit area suggested a network of man-made spaces, either meant to help or trick future treasure hunters. In conclusion, the team on Oak Island was determined to find hidden treasures in the swamp, but faced challenges such as a powerful storm, a lack of evidence, and the possibility of finding hidden treasures. On Oak Island, traces of European activity dating back to the 13th century make the timeline more cohesive. Many of the sagas and records from this time are tied to the Catholic Church, which was not just a spiritual power, but also deeply political, and had a vested interest in expanding its influence westward. If the Norse were working under or alongside the Church, their travels to places like Newfoundland, Nova Scotia, or even Oak Island could have been part of a larger plan. The team at Lonso Meadows is exploring the possibility of connecting medieval Vikings to Oak Island, a North American mystery. They met Ragnar, a blacksmith trained in Viking-era techniques, who provided technical expertise on tools and materials from the Viking Age. Mark, a metallurgist with 25 years of experience, helped frame the question at hand. Could the Vikings have left artifacts or signs on Oak Island? Doug introduced an artifact that was first uncovered during a dig back in 1965, but was only recently reacquired for further study. When shown to an archaeologist in Denmark, it was flagged as being very similar to Viking-era weaponry. This arrowhead, which was not just tools of war, but also a reflection of advanced craftsmanship, is a big deal. If this arrowhead really is of Viking origin, it is a big deal. Emma Culligan, the team's metallurgist, took a closer look at the arrowhead using an X-ray fluorescent spectrometer, which used radiation to analyze the composition of an object without damaging it, which is a perfect tool for fragile historical artifacts. Emma Culligan's analysis did not definitively confirm its origin, but it did add weight to the theory. It was one more piece of evidence that suggests a deeper, older history for Oak Island than we previously thought. The team also explored bog ore, a naturally occurring iron deposit that is basically a Viking hallmark. Mark explained how bog ore, a mix of ferrous oxide and sand, was commonly used in Europe for forging tools and weapons as far back as the 5th century BC. It is also found in swampy areas, which just so happens to include both Lanços Meadows and Oak Island. If the materials match, it could be the smoking gun that ties Viking activity directly to the island. The significance of this potential connection cannot be overstated. Viking blacksmithing techniques were highly advanced for their time. If the arrowhead or any other artifact found on Oak Island was made using bog ore, it would be a strong indicator of Norse involvement. Marty summed up the situation perfectly. Oak Island has become incredibly complex. With so many different theories, artifacts, and timelines, it is a puzzle with pieces that seem to come from entirely different boxes. But every discovery, like this arrowhead or the bog ore, helps eliminate some possibilities while opening the door to others. The Viking connection adds a layer of richness to the story. It intertwined exploration, craftsmanship, and the mystery of Oak Island in a way that feels almost too good to be true. Additionally, the possibility of a connection to the Knights Templar, who are often theorized to have used Oak Island as a secret repository for treasures and artifacts, is also intriguing. The Vikings were unrivaled navigators of their time, and their expertise in navigation and survival in harsh conditions could have made them invaluable allies. The artifacts found on Oak Island over the years make things even more interesting. The evidence of Viking presence in North America is a complex and multifaceted topic. Lanços Meadows is the only confirmed Viking settlement in the region. But other clues include butternut seeds found at the site, which suggests the Norse traveled much farther south than Newfoundland. This aligns with the sagas, which describe a place called Vinland, rich in resources. Other North American archaeological sites have discovered artifacts resembling Norse craftsmanship, such as the Main Penny, a silver coin from 11th century Norway, found in a Native American archaeological site in the 1950s. The Templar connection is another intriguing aspect of the Viking presence in North America. Historical records confirm the Templars were a powerful Catholic order during the Crusades, tasked with protecting pilgrims and managing vast wealth. However, there is no solid evidence tying them to North America, and the theory hinges on speculation and the mysterious disappearance of Templar treasures after their order was disbanded in the 14th century. If the Templars did come to Oak Island, what could they have left behind? Proponents argue that their treasure, possibly including the Holy Grail or the Ark of the Covenant, might have been hidden in the money pit. However, no definitive Templar artifacts have been unearthed on Oak Island, and the dates don't always align with their timeline of activity in Europe. The case for Viking involvement on Oak Island gains traction with each new find, such as an arrowhead analyzed by Emma Culligan and bog ore found both on Oak Island and at Lanços Meadows. If these materials can be matched through further analysis, it would strengthen the argument for a Norse connection. However, it is essential to approach these theories critically, as every tantalizing clue has a counterpoint to consider. The Templar connection relies heavily on circumstantial evidence and gaps in historical records, while the Viking theory, while supported by physical evidence, is still far from conclusive. Skeptics also argue that the artifacts found on Oak Island could have been brought there later by settlers or collectors, and that the lack of definitive Viking structures or settlements raises questions about the Norse presence.